Why would you introduce it if you're just gonna get rid of it? Thank you to our final patrons, Strawbones, Redwolf4765, Midnight Gemlord, and Artgoon555. Now, before we come to this discussion on why Meliodas didn't have to lose his magic, his true magic, please leave your own thoughts on whether or not Meliodas should have lost his true magic in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as $1 a month. You get these exclusive videos, early content, and more. Now, let's hop into the discussion. What's up, guys? I'll go to Pencil here. And, yeah, me personally, I really think Meliodas did not have to sack the true magic. And here's why, right? The whole premise that him using true magic or having it would destroy the world is literally arbitrarily introduced, so he has to sacrifice it. And all Nakaba had to do was make that a lie. Notably, it wouldn't be the first time Nakaba has sacrificed the sanctity of his story and retconned things before. Look at the entire situation with the commandments. They were just curses. Plot twist, they're literally a 20th of the Demon King's power. And a plot twist on top of a plot twist, when you get all of them, you literally become the Demon King. Like, I don't think at the introduction anyone thought the commandments were going to be that. And in their initial explanation, they were definitely not explained to be that. So there's no reason why Nakaba couldn't make this other demonic power also a bit of a lie. And it's kind of justified in the verse already. Because when you take a look at the world being destroyed, it only really happened when there were two Demon Kings. It easily could have been written off that there was two Demon King powers existing in the world at the same time that was causing the world to collapse. Because if it was just a Demon King level power existing in the world, and that is what was causing the world to collapse, then the Demon King couldn't do anything in the mortal world. He'd have to run back to the Demon Realm, or Purgatory, or the Celestial Realm. He couldn't exist there, because he's also, shock horror, a Demon King level threat. So all Nakaba had to do was immediately write it off as, looks like Meliodas overestimated himself and the Demon Lord was capping. There's just an imbalance to the fact that there were two of you. Now there's only one of you. Bada bing, bada boom, you can live a normal life. And I can see one argument that's going to come. It's like, well, narratively, you kind of had to get rid of true magic or else it would be too strong. But not necessarily, because we can see by Nakaba's own Q&A question when someone asked, oh, how strong is true magic Meliodas? And Nakaba said, oh yeah, it's weaker than Hawk Mama. And with new context, new revelations, as Nakaba likes to do, Hawk Mama's chaos. So already Meliodas was weaker than chaos regardless. So the secondary plot would have been fine. And by the secondary plot, I mean Four Knights of the Apocalypse. The sequel series would have been just fine. So I genuinely don't know why we had to get rid of true magic. Like, it feels like with the way true magic is treated in the narrative now, it feels like Nakaba just forgot that he needed a way to get rid of the curses put on Elizabeth and Meliodas. Because I feel like something in my heart of hearts tells me that the Demon King being able to be reborn through the commandments was not the original plan. It just seems a little bit too out of left field. Like the commandments being power was already a weird enough thing to just randomly introduce, as much as I don't mind it. But then having it so that the Demon King resurrects through them instead of Meliodas gaining the power to end the plot, and then you, instead of doing that, you then give Meliodas the power that he apparently had all along to break the plot, and you just have it, like, it smells fishy. It smells fishy. And the thing is, this fish smell could be very easily covered up if he just kept it. Like, it literally feels like a Deus Ex Machina. Like, the power to win was inside us all along. Like, if it was so simple that the true magic form just existed inside Meliodas since time immemorial, right? Like, it's not that, like, the true magic form, according to lore, was this hidden away power that only after 60 years of training with his father, Meliodas realized deep within himself that he would need in order to, or he unlocked in order to finally surpass. No, he acts like he knew about it from round start. So the true magic power just kind of devalues the plot. Like, and by the plot, I mean like the whole thing, like every last chunk. Because if we're being real, if Meliodas really had this on deck, in pocket, like he implied the entire time, then literally first incarnation of Elizabeth, he could have been like, I bet, boom, curses destroyed. Grab Merlin, go to the demon world, live it out. That's it. That's all that needed to be done. If you really want to keep the world destroying explanation. So I don't know why get rid of it unless you know that it's too much. But why would it be? That's the thing. I'm really torn on the true magic form because I like it. I like its design. I like its ability. I like all that. It's cool. It's cool. And I think it should have stayed because not only does it make the narrative more solid, and it makes it feel like the true magic form really was a last resort that Meliodas didn't want to pull out based off the fear of a lie, and then we could have had it so that, you know, the reason he hid it for all these years. But that's the thing. It's so the true magic form is just plot breaking. It's so plot breaking. But it's only original plot break. That's the weird thing, right? The main reason I want the true magic form to stay around is, one, it gives reason for Meliodas to be viable at all 16 years later. Like, you can sort of justify all the kids being viable because new magic nonsense in the case of Percy, and the fact that they're literally the hybrid children of the strongest beings to ever being, in terms of the case of like Lancelot, Tristan, whatever King and Diane's kid is going to be. Like, there's excuses for everyone else. But Meliodas, I don't know, he kind of doesn't have an excuse other than being Meliodas, the previous main character. So by keeping his true magic form, you also get to justify why Arthur is just chilling back. Because, you know, maybe 16 years of training on top of the true magic form would have been reasonably enough for anyone to believe that, oh yeah, if he was only a little weaker than Hawkmama, then he should now at least be a rival. You know, we could even it out. We could make it work. We could have Meliodas be a more ever-present threat that ends up working out even better than what he's working out right now in the current narrative. But we don't. We get the true magic. It solves the one problem, then we throw it away. And like, I just don't, I literally can't even see a narrative reason why one would do that unless you want to make your story seem less tangible. But then again, like, just thinking about it, the idea that Meliodas had access to this for 3,000 years is just a big issue in of itself. Like, I can't even begin to fathom, like, what would the story look like if he had just activated it earlier? Like, would that be better or worse? Because he has full access to it. Just getting rid of it is the biggest problem. Getting rid of it just makes it seem like a plot device. At 100%, like, oh no, I need a solution because I messed up writing the story. Bada bing, bada boom. Here's this magical solution. Bada bing, bada boom. I did not even think about how this ruins the entire narrative previously. It makes Meliodas seem like way whacker of an individual. I don't know. Personally, if I were to like fix the true magic form so where we can keep it in the narrative and keep it as it were, everything like that, I would just say, one, Meliodas didn't have access to it until he trained with the Demon King with Bond and Wild for 60 years. It was just an ability he did not have access to, and he thus could not use it. Thusly, when he finally awakened it and he realized he awakened it, bada bing, bada boom, he uses it against the Demon King. Then he escapes back to the real world. The real world starts destroying itself, mainly because of the commandments and Meliodas' old body, Meliodas' new body, trying to coexist within the same world. Well, not Meliodas' old body, Meliodas' new body. But after Meliodas spawns back in, after the Demon King is defeated in his body, the world starts to go haywire like it usually does. Meliodas believes this is because of his presence, based off the Demon King lying to him, but in actuality, it's because of two Demon King presences, and thusly, the moment Meliodas annihilates the Demon King, he doesn't actually have to leave because he realizes that the Demon King was a capper. And honestly, this kind of fixes up the whole hole of like, why would the Demon King want to rule a destroyed hunk of rock if he literally can't stay on the planet he plans to conquer? Number 3, just don't throw it away. Just keep it. Like legitimately, just keep it for that reason. Like the Demon King was capping. We have true magic. And Meliodas gets to stay weaker than Chaos, but still powerful enough that he can be a logical sort of threat in the next series. There's no need to nerf him. So don't. There we go. Like, I think by doing this, not only does it solidify up the plot itself, it makes Meliodas seem like less of a meanie head for just sticking around for like 3,000 years and not activate this magic because, oh no, I'm gonna have to leave the mortal realm even though my girlfriend could 100% survive in the demon world. Like, that's perfectly fine. And then number two, it also fixes up the whole plot with the Demon King. It makes sense, even though it's just built off another lie, and I think that's bad. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And it gives us a hypothetical possibility of seeing true magic King Meliodas. And that would probably be the most metal thing to ever meddle on metal with metal by metal. So I really, really want to see it. However, that's what I think. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do a picture down below. We can support for as low as $1 a month. These exclusive videos, early content, and more. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.